What's up everyone, my name's Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video with some energy this time. As a lot of people said I didn't have enough energy last time because it was 3 a.m. Okay, my bad for recording at 3 a.m. Anyways, today's challenge we can I beat Pokemon at Brilliant Diamond Hardcore Nuzlocke with only non-Sinnoh Pokemon. I got this in the comments. Thanks so much for suggesting these challenges in the comments. You can suggest them on Twitter, Discord, and on my YouTube comments. I read all of them basically. Outside of that, the rules are pretty simple. We're gonna do a Nuzlocke first. Nuzlocke basically is first Pokemon in each route is my only encounter and the only Pokemon I can catch. In this scenario, the first Pokemon that is a non-Sinnoh Pokemon. Of like the 80 something or 90 something Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex that is like introduced in the Sinnoh region in the Sinnoh time, and we can catch anything from Kanto, Johto, Hoenn. We also cannot catch Pokemon that evolve into final evolutions of Sinnoh Pokemon, so we can't use Elekid into Electivire. Technically that's kind of like a Sinnoh Pokemon, I guess. Say if their baby Pokemon was a Sinnoh Pokemon and the final evolution is not a Sinnoh Pokemon, pretty fair. I mean, since I'm taking away a lot of good Pokemon such as like Electivire. And the next rule being, if a Pokemon ever faints, it is dead. Basically simple for a Nuzlocke. And then we're gonna add the hardcore element to it. Essentially means you cannot use items inside a battle and you must play on set mode. And the final thing is you cannot over level your Pokemon. There is a level cap on the bottom left. You cannot use Pokemon above that level cap when facing gym leaders. Finally, the most important rule though, every single Pokemon in this challenge video will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for leaving a comment in the previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in a future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down there, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this. Subscribe if you guys are not already. Oh yeah, one more plug. Someone actually tweet me on Twitter naming their nickname suggestions, and I'm actually down for that. If you guys want to do more of that, I am open arms. I want to grow my Twitter account a little more because I think we're like 60 followers. So if you guys can, click the link in the description for my Twitter and tweet me some suggestions as well. Obviously, I looked at this one. It's not only one so far. Finished with this intro, let's get into the challenge video itself. Since we can't really use any of the basic starter Pokemon at all, our first encounter will be a Geodude in Ravage Path. It's a 15% chance of getting it, but that's the only way we can progress through the game. So we get a Geodude and then we're gonna beat our rival, and then in Route 203 I think we're gonna catch an Abra. We got very lucky because Abra can teleport and we just lose the encounter. Luckily this is our first encounter with Abra and we caught it. Boom. Next up, our next Pokemon will be a Zubat in Orberg Gate. And north of Orberg City, we're going to catch ourselves a Machop. Machop is going to be super nice because that thing is going to carry us through the first gym. And going to Orberg Mount, we're attempting to avoid any Onix encounter because we want a Steelix later on when Steelix is available to us. As you guys know, there is no duplicate encounter, so you can't get dupes of Pokemon. So if we get an Onix here, we can't get a Steelix later on. Kind of annoying like that, but that's how the rules are wired. Anyways, from there we're gonna face up against Rourke. Rourke is gonna be the rock type gym leader of the game. He's gonna start the battle using a Geodude. I'm gonna use my Machop. Machop is gonna focus energy first and then one shot knock out the Geodude with a revenge. Onix is gonna come out next. I'm gonna one shot it. Unfortunately it does have sturdy, so I gotta use up all his potions, and eventually I am able to outspeed him and knock him out using a low sweep. And his final Pokemon will be a Cranidos. Now luckily Cranidos hits me with a headbutt. I don't get flinched though, and I can hit him back with a revenge and knock him out. If the Cranidos headbutt me and knock me out, I think I would have lost on spot because who do I have to really stop him? You know, my Geodude does not have a ground move ever. I was pretty screwed if Machop got flinched there. So anyways, we're gonna head into Floroma Town. I do have notes of Pokemon I should get going through the game, and one of my notes is Heracross, and it said nah. I think Heracross would help me a lot, but unfortunately getting Heracross is impossible for me. I don't know, it's never actually, like, I never gotten a Heracross from the honey tree, and I've done like at least 30 of them. From the honey trees though, we do get a Silcoon, so we get our Beautifly up and going on. And then next up we're gonna go east of Eternal City, catch ourselves a Meditite. I was looking for Ponyta. I got a Meditite. I mean, not the worst thing. It is a calm nature, so it's minus attack nature, so it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And then we're gonna have to head into Mount Coronet. Get yourselves the only Pokemon available to us. It's gonna be a Cleffa, so we get ourselves a Cleffa. We could get a Chingling, but I think Cleffa would have been better anyways. But anyways, from there we're gonna evolve our Zubat into a Golbat and face off against Eternal City's gym leader, Gardenia. Gardenia is going to be the grass type gym leader, and since we do have a poison flying type, we should be fine knocking out her Cherubi and knocking out her Turtwig. Turtwig is going to be annoying. It's going to set up Reflect and everything. Did you guys know Crobat, Zubat, and Crobat are all nerfed in this generation for some reason? They don't get confuse rate into like level 60, I think. And then like wing attack is not even available. So I don't know why they decided to nerf him so badly. Like this thing used to be like pretty good. It had a decent moveset. It could carry you through like the first half of the game, especially in Diamond and Pearl. It easily could carry you through that. I don't know why it's like nerfed to like useless. It's not too useless as we beat down Roserade. Oh, we almost lost, but we knocked down Roserade and we get our second gym badge of the game. Unfortunately though, when we head into the Jupiter fight, we're going to end up losing our Beautifly to the Skunk Tank. I actually sacked it because I need the Stun Spore on it. So it's kind of unfortunate like that, but we end up beating Jupiter. We lose our first Pokemon, which is fine. Next up, we can go out, catch ourselves an Unknown. I know, not the most useful Pokemon, but we're just going to have it. It might be fodder later. It's not going to be useful. I think, do I show the deaths? I'm not too sure if I have the clip of Unknown dying, but Unknown does die. There's a little spoiler there. We end up catching Ponyta outside of Veilstone City in the grass over here. Pretty nice. And then we're going to actually trade with one of my friends. Since we head into Veilstone City, we're able to trade our Pokemon away, evolve our Graveler, our Alakazam, and our Machop into a Machamp. 3 fully evolved trade evolution Pokemon, which is, you know, kind of broken, but they're also really good. And we're going to face off against Veilstone City's gym leader, Maylene. Maylene's giving me the fighting type gym leader. We're going to start the battle against her using our Golbat. Golbat's going to Air Cutter, knock out the Meditite in one shot, as you see. And then next up, she's going to switch out into her Machop. Machop is going to little sweep me. I don't know. It's not going to rock to me. Unfortunately, my Golbat decides to be dumb and then misses the Air Cutter as it's almost dying to the Rock Tomb, which is unfortunate. So we got to switch out and we have to reassess our problem here. I switched out into my Meditite. Luckily, Meditite is level 30 and we're able to Side Beam, knock out the Machoke. And then I could switch into my Golem, but that could be risky because Drain Punch could pretty much stall me out. So I want to switch out into my Machamp. Machamp can obviously Vital Throw it, 2-shot him as he screeches me. I don't know why. The AI should be better than this. A lot of people rave about the AI. I actually rave about the AI, but this is not a high point of it. We beat Maylene pretty easily. We're training up the Pokemon we caught in the back, which isn't on our main team right now. They could get over level 30. We're not going to plan on using them on the next gym because Crash Awake's gym is level cap at level 30, just as Maylene. Just as the same as Maylene, so we don't want to get too much XP on our main Pokemon like Golbat, Alakazam, Machamp. So we want to just stick with the backup Pokemon. We train those things up. And then once we head into Pastoria City, we're going to go into the Safari Zone, the Great Marsh, and we're going to find ourselves our first Pokemon. Hopefully we get a Noctowl or something, but we got a Quagsire, which is actually even better. So we can catch ourselves a Quagsire, put that on the team. That means our encounter on the other side of Pastoria City is negated because I don't think there's anything else for us besides a Golding. I don't really want a Golding. So after that, we're going to face off against Crash Awake, the water type gym leader of the game. He's going to start the battle using his Gyarados against me. I'm kind of scared, but I do have Shockwave, which one-shots the Gyarados, which is amazing. And then he's going to switch out to his Quagsire. I have Grass Knight from Gardenia. Grass Knight will one-shot the Quagsire, which is amazing. Then he's going to switch out to his Floatzel. I decided to stay in to do some chip damage. I thought he had Pursuit because I don't know. I thought he has Pursuit, but Bite almost knocks me out, and that means he does not have Pursuit. So I'm gonna switch out, take the Aqua Jet from the Floatzel, and send in my Machamp to eventually knock him out using Vital Throw. And that is the end of Crash Awake. Our team is pretty good. Oh, our Golbat also evolves. I don't know why it took so long this time. I guess it wasn't battling a lot since the previous time, since we used a Crobat. But anyways, we're going to head into the route right before Celestic Town. We're going to get the TM for Shadow Ball, which is very, very important because we need that later on. Nothing else for us to do as we face off against Fantina, the Ghost type gym leader. Fantina's going to start the battle using Drift Bloom. I wanted to Supersonic. I was hoping it hit itself. It does end up hitting itself, so I wanted to try to hacks it out. I wanted to flinch it right now. No flinching, and he ends up Strength Staffing me, getting his HP back, and then it's going to Will-O-Wisp me. I need to find an opening in between his destroying my Pokemon to be able to switch out using my Crobat into my Alakazam without taking too much damage. I end up switching my Alakazam into a Hex. Takes about 2/3, which is fine. I can Shadow Ball, end up knocking out the Drifloon, which is nice. And then I know I can outspeed the Gengar. I can Psychic, knock out the Gengar for us. And then the Miss Magius comes out next. I'm afraid that it might outspeed me, or worse, that it will just survive an attack. So I want to switch out into my Golem. And Golem will actually one-shot the Miss Magius, as you can see. With Rock Blast, I can one-shot it. I think 4 hits, and it knocks out the Miss Magius with Rock Blast. And we beat Fantina. Look at that. Team is pretty star-studded. I would say that myself. As we head into Iron Island in Canleaf City, we also catch ourselves a Wingull. And in Iron Island, we're going to catch ourselves an Onix, unfortunately. We're really holding out for a Steelix. Unfortunately, we got an Onix, so I don't think we're going to use that on our team at all. Maybe if it comes to the worst. After that, we're going to face off against Byron. Byron should not be a problem at all. Ends up being a problem though. I had to switch in between because this Bronzor takes too much attacks. My Quagsire is unable to knock him out. But my Golem's able to smack him down and then bulldoze him to knock him out. And then the Steelix comes out next. He almost knocks out my Quagsire, so that's kind of very annoying. Couldn't even get a Scald off on him. So I got to switch out into my Crobat. I know Crobat can take a hit from the Steelix. So I just want to stay in, do some damage. Eventually switch out into my Machamp. Machamp will do a lot of damage against him. And I switch into my Machamp. Machamp does a lot of damage to him, but he also does a lot of damage to me. I end up losing my Machamp because I assumed he was going to heal up because he's in red HP. But the AI does what the AI wants to do. Didn't want to let him heal up and then like switch out to one of my Pokemon. And then I'm at square one with my Machamp at low HP. So I end up sacking my Machamp, which is unfortunate. And then I have to send out my Medicham. Medicham will end up cleaning things up against the Steelix. It heals up afterwards, which is annoying, but luckily High Jump Kick will knock him out. I landed it. And then the Bastiodon comes out next. I'm able to Force Palm, two-shot him, knock him out. But unfortunately, we lose one of my favorite Pokemon, Machamps. It's kind of annoying, but it is part of the game. From there, we're going to do our little glitch in Lake Verity to skip our skip the double battle over there. Little glitch over there. And then do some more glitches as we head into Snow Point City's gym. You know, skip the puzzle and face off against Candace next. Candace is going to be the fire type gym leader. We caught the Ponytail earlier. We evolved it into a Rapidash for this occasion. We're going to end up beating down the Snover and the Sneasel pretty quickly with our Rapidash. It doesn't end up one-shotting the Sneasel because it's a calm nature. Every time I have a physical attacker, it's always calm nature. It ended up not mattering at all because the Medicham ended up knocking out my Rapidash anyways. So I'm forced to switch out into my Alakazam to knock out the Medicham. And then the Bombsnow comes out next. I was scared of the Woodhammer, so I want to switch into my Medicham. Medichams can get a paralyzed on the Bombsnow. And if I landed this High Jump Kick, maybe I could have saved my Medicham, but he decided to miss him. This is the first High Jump Kick miss of the Nuzlocke. And unfortunately, I go down, so it is what it is. I know the Bombsnow has a Grass move, so I want to switch out, bait the Grass move out using my Quagsire. And hopefully switch into my Crobat to knock him out. Eventually, we're able to knock him out using my Crobat, but unfortunately, we lose two Pokemon to the Ice Gym. So annoying. From there, we're going to go back into the Trophy Garden and catch ourselves a Pichu. Just something for fodder. We don't get a Moonstone. You know, you don't get a Moonstone in this game unless you actually go into the underground and dig it up yourself. From there, we're going to beat down Cyrus using our Golem. It's pretty simple. Nothing bad. And then we're going to go into the Spirit Pillar. We're going to beat down Mars and Jupiter without losing a single Pokemon. Now, unfortunately, facing off against Cyrus is going to be a pain because we use our Pichu to sack, obviously, to get our clean switch in. And as well, we got to switch into our Clefairy to get a sack as well. Switch into our Crobat to end off the battle, but we end up losing two more Pokemon, which is not fun. From there, outside of Sunny Shore City, we're able to catch ourselves a Mr. Mime. That's going to be one of our last encounters of the game. As we head into Sunny Shore City's gym, the electric gym of the game. Very close. Look at this Golem. My Golem almost gets disqualified and we almost not be able to use him for this gym battle, which would be such a shame because he is the ground type Pokemon. My Golem almost levels up to level 50, but we end up beating the trainer before it does, and we could face off against Bulkner using our Golem finally. Now he's going to start the battle using his Raichu. My Quagsire will end up knocking out his Raichu without any damage at all. And then his Ambipom comes out next. I want to put it to sleep and switch out into my Golem. Golem will end up knocking out using Earthquake, of course. Pretty nice. Octillery comes out next. It's going to use Octazooka. I know that for sure. Switch out to my Quagsire to take the water move. And then I want to Surf up against him. He's going to Aurora Beam me. So I want to switch out into my Alakazam. I know it could take a hit. Special defense is pretty good. And I can two-shot him using Psychic. As you can see, pretty nice. We're going to knock out the Octillery as the Luxray comes out next. I want to bait out the Crunch into my Crobat and then bait out the Thunderfang into my Golem, which I can Earthquake and knock out the Luxray and outplay Volkner. Now we do have the Tentacruel, not very useful, so I want to switch him out into a Ralts actually. So I want to switch out my Tentacruel into a Ralts, my first only encounter in the underground by the way, and Ralts can be on the team. As we head into Victory Road, clear through Victory Road, pretty snazzy, pretty easily, and we're going to face off against Barry. Barry is going to get demolished by our Crobat. Crobat, any flying Pokemon will knock out Barry's team, as you can see. He's very weak to flying. Any physical attacking flying type, he is done. From there, we're going to face off against the Elite Four. We're going to start off our Elite Four challenge against Aaron. Aaron's going to be the bug type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle using our Alakazam. We're going to Psychic down both the Dustox and the Beautifly, because fairly easily. Get some levels on us and then switch out into our Golem against the Vespi Queen to one-shot it using Stone Edge. And then the Heracross comes out next. Our Crobat got it down. Flies can knock him out in one shot. And the Drapion will go down to our Golem. Pretty nice. Pretty easily. And next up, we're going to face off against Bertha. Bertha is going to be the ground type Elite Four member of the game. She can start the battle using her Quagsire. I do have an Alakazam with Grass Knight to knock him out. Then she sends out a Sudowoodo. I don't want to risk it. I could have calced it, but I don't want to risk it as I switch out into my Quagsire. He avoids the Head Smash, so I'm able to Scald, knock out the Sudowoodo in one shot with a Mystic Water. Next up, she's going to switch into her Whiscash. I'm able to switch out into my Alakazam once again, take an Ice Beam, then I can Shadow Ball and Grass Knot it down. I'm going to activate his Rindo Berry, which is fine. 2-shot will knock out the Whiscash. Next up, her Golem will be here. Golem, I have an issue with Golem because Golem has Sturdy, so I got to switch out into my Quagsire. Quagsire will take an Earthquake and barely survive. Luckily, I'm able to Scald him using my Quagsire and burn the Golem and knock him out using the burn. Next up, her final Pokemon will be Hippowdon. I'm going to switch out from my Quagsire. I need to save this thing into my Crobat. Crobat could fly, do a little damage to him, and then I could U-turn into my Gardevoir. And Gardevoir does have Grass Knight as well. Survive an attack, and then Grass Knight will knock him out. And we beat Bertha. Pretty nice. I mean, look at our team. Our team really works. The synergy is really working. That's what I want to believe. As we face off against Flint, Flint's actually a dangerous member of the game. He's going to start the battle using his Rapidash. It doesn't have any grass move, luckily, but he does have Hypnosis and Iron Tail. So eventually, when I wake up, I'm going to be able to Earthquake knock him out. And then he's going to switch out into his Lopunny. Lopunny does not do a lot of damage against my Mr. Mime, so I can set up Reflect, but he ends up switching back and forth between his Lopunny, his Drifloon, and his Steelix. Eventually, I gotta switch back and forth as well, trying to avoid all the Pokemon. Pretty nicely though, I'm able to get my Quagsire in to yawn the Drifloon and switch out into my Alakazam. Take off Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. I can set up using Calm Mind to one-shot the Drifloon, so I got some momentum going. I got the first KO of this match. Unfortunately, he's going to switch out into his Steelix next. I wish I put Focus Blast. Maybe I would have risked Focus Blast, but at the same time, I don't think I would have. I'm going to switch out into my Quagsire, which will end up scalding the Steelix. Steelix will get burned and almost get knocked out. I'll Scald once again, and Scald will 2-shot the Steelix and knock out. Next up, she's going to switch into her Lopunny, as I need to be careful of the Infernape in the back with a Focus Sash as well. My Crobat's able to fly it, almost knocks him out. I do a little chip damage to it, but I get burned by the Fire Punch of all things. So I got to switch out into my Gardevoir. Gardevoir will end up Psychic, knock out the Lopunny. And then his final Pokemon will be the Infernape. I don't want to risk my Gardevoir, obviously. So I want to switch out. I want to sack my Mr. Mime, which is fine. So that's the first KO. I switched out into my Crobat. I assume my Crobat is able to outspeed him. He does not. He does not outspeed at all. I was going to switch out from my Crobat into my Golem to knock out the Infernape, but Crobat gets absolutely destroyed. I send him my Golem. I'm going to Earthquake him, get him down, break his Focus Sash, obviously. He can knock me low on HP with close combat, and I thought from here, I thought he's going to heal for sure, so I want to stay in. I expected the Mach Punch, but I didn't want him to heal and then lose all my momentum. So I want to stay in with my Golem. I want to bulldoze him, as I assume he was going to heal up. He did not heal up. He's going to Mach Punch me, and then he's going to beat me down. And, well, there goes my Golem. So 3 Pokemon are down. Switch out into my Alakazam, which will outspeed. Psychic will knock out the Infernape, and we beat Flint, but losing half our team is very annoying. As we face off against the next Elite Four member, we're going to face off against Lucian. Lucian's going to be the Psychic type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle using our Alakazam and Calm Minding in front of him. We're going to get 6 Calm Minds, as he has a Light Clay on his Reflects and Light Screen, so it's very annoying. I got to stall him out. But once they do go down, I'm able to Shadow Ball and knock out his Mr. Mime. Psychic will knock out his Girafarig, which is great. Shadow Ball will knock out his Medicham and also his own Alakazam. And then Shadow Ball will knock out his Bronzong. And we beat Lucian with like 6 turns. After we, 20 turns of setting up. From there, we're going to face off against the champion though. The champion, now against Cynthia, the champion of the game. We're going to start the battle using our Quagsire. We're going to yawn down the Spiritomb, obviously. Now, Spiritomb crits me the first turn, so I'm like, I don't want to switch out. This thing might just kill my Alakazam if I switch out. So I'm going to sack my Quagsire. Part of the game, I got to sack him. He goes to sleep, so I can switch out into my Alakazam. I'm able to get 2 Calm Minds out for free. And then it's going to eventually wake up on the 3rd turn, though. And this time, it's just going to Sucker Punch me. Now, Sucker Punch has 5 PP. Now I can stall him out. All I got to do is stall him out all on his Sucker Punch. Eventually, he's going to run out of Sucker Punch PP. And I'm able to Shadow Ball and knock out the Spiritomb. and then she's gonna switch out to her Roserade. Psychic will knock that thing out. Psychic will knock out the Gastrodon. It basically is over. Psychic will knock out the Milotic and the Lucario, and her final Pokemon will be the Garchomp, which gets one-shotted with Psychic, and we end up beating Cynthia, which is pretty nice. 4 of our team members are dead from the Elite Four. Most of them came from Flint, obviously. I was dreading the Flint fight because I knew that was gonna be difficult because there's so many like type coverage you gotta handle. It's not like Bertha, it's not like Aaron where there's just straight up one typing, or even Lucian where there's straight up one typing. There's so much like mismatching, and they have so much coverage that it's so hard to manage. But we end up managing. We end up beating Flint and Lucian and Cynthia at the end, and we end up beating the challenge. I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way today, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for suggesting this comment in the comment section below. If you guys can, please do not forget to leave a like, comment down below more challenge video ideas like this, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It greatly help my channel. Anyways, my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.